What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Finally, the long awaited and requested top 3, not top 5 coin making method video post Team Diamond release. Now the reason it's only 3 is really solely on EA. We haven't gotten any actual promo with exchange sets or new rerolls in about 3 weeks. We're basically we're stuck trying to squeeze every little profitable margin out of the old rerolls and exchange sets. Now if you're new to this channel, don't be hesitant to subscribe. I upload no money spent vids every day, which give you a daily update on what methods, investments I'm currently doing, as well as Market Monday vids every week and other coin and market making videos every so often. So let's not waste any time and let's hop into the video. And actually, before we get into the honorable mention, you might notice the coins are a little down, as I had a couple million in my last method video, but I have bought about 3 to 4 mil worth of upgrades in my teams as seen, as well as I do have some investments currently in my binder that will go along with the methods in this vid that I'll show later. But coming in as the honorable mention now, it's gonna be a fallen hero, a forgotten star of my vids for the past month if you've been watching them, and it's going to be the heavyweight reroll. Now, we knew this was coming to an end because we would be getting the reroll update with the 5 new heavyweights coming in today's Wildcard Wednesday update. The method pretty much worked up until yesterday, the last day, and it would have been number 1, but that's why this vid really was a couple days delayed, because the heavyweight method would have been number 1, and I didn't want to give you guys a method that'd be irrelevant in like 2 days. It'd pretty much screw you guys. But looking back at the method, it's pretty simple. You just bought training at its cheapest and would just reroll the heavyweights and solve what you got. What made the method so good was 2 out of the 5 cards in the roll, Sweat and Conklin, those being, were consistently going for about like 50k over the pack cost, and the 3 L cards would go for basically what the pack would go for or a little less, and the only loss really being the tax that you pay that sold for the 3 L's. So basically all you had to do was pull a Conklin or Sweat, one in like every 4 packs, and you would break even or maybe even make profit. Now looking at the reroll in terms of, like, it basically had no risk, where you would lose 5 to 12k if you pulled an L, and you would make 35k plus if you pulled a Sweat or Conklin, making it with the 2 to 5 odds to pull a Sweat or Conklin. And made it, I mean, I made millions off this reroll. But we're gonna look at the new reroll because I wanted to see, like, and show you guys what you should be looking for in a reroll whenever it maybe be profitable, if you need to know if I should do it or not. Looking at the new reroll, 3350 training is not terrible for the price. Now training right now is at about 30.2 and 89 at 95k being the best buy, making the pack just about 100k. And basically there's some ways that the pack could be a W, maybe not today, but maybe in a couple days, a week, when the heavyweight like packs stop getting just spammed the market, because they're like the new content of today. But the first being the previous 3 L's, that being Spain, Williams, and Saffold. They're right now just above 80k. I'd say they need to be about 85k for them to be, or basically be under 15k from what the pack costs. So if the pack is 95k, they need to be at least 80. If it's 185k, I'd say that's a good price for them to be at, so you don't lose too much on the pack. Right now you lose about 20k if you sold them for 85k, a little over 20k. Now the second one being the Conklin and the Sweat. Now I expect these to go up a little bit. They need to be at least, basically, right now the pack costs 100k. They need to be like 120k, which they're on their way to doing so. Conklin's almost there, and Sweat's at about 110, 115, and I think Sweat's the one that's going to go up more. He's an 89 overall. He's probably still the best left end in the game. And then Conklin is that, other than you have Leo Collins, right, is the best right tackle, and the new best right tackle that came out in packs today, and then you have this Conklin. Now the new right tackle is part of step 3, or reason 3 why the pack could be profitable, is the 89 right tackle needs to be about 150k. He needs to replace what Conklin was, being not the highest overall in the pack, but still going for a significant amount. But that card being 150k, Conklin shouldn't be anything under 120. You should not want to pay, basically, like, why would you pay 150 even it goes up to 160 when you could pay 120 for Conklin, him only being 1 less overall? So I think Conklin holds his price strong at 120k. I can't really see him going up. I could see Sweat going up to 130 and more, just from him being best left end in the game. But this pack could be profitable. I want you guys to monitor the prices basically over the next day or a week, and there's a way, because right now it looks as if there's 7 W's and 3 L's in the pack. The pack costs 100k. There being 7 W's with Conklin, the 88. All the 89s are going to be at least 110. They're all really going for like 115, 120, the new ones. So you'd be making profit on those. And then you have the 3 L's, which hopefully go for 85k. So I think this pack still has real potential to be a W, but the new cards, like the new Norwell Sue, they're at about like 120, and Sue's like 135. Sue will probably go down a little, but I see a glimmer of hope with the heavyweight method still being profitable. That's going to be the honorable mention. I had to put it in there because it's basically a perfect example of what makes a method or a reroll just the straight best. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the Ultimate Kickoff 240 Training Pool Reroll Pack. Now, on the last Top 5 Method vid, I said this reroll wasn't really worth it, and it didn't even garner an honorable mention. Now, why has that changed? Well, since that vid, the prices of the 82, the 85s, and the 88s in the Ultimate Kickoff cards, the prices have pretty much stayed the same, but the price of training has significantly dropped. Now that gives us a little advantage, a gap in the market that we can use to our advantage. Now, the first step of this method is simple. Buy training at its best rate. Always use my GG to see which overall is like the best buy. That being an 89 overall at under 95k is the base. I would target Rising Stars as seen in the heavyweight reroll. You can get it for under 90k. Pretty damn easily, making it 28.5 points for training at that 90k price. Makes the pack 6,840 coins for the training, the reroll, the 250 point reroll. Let's just say 6.9k. Now, considering you pull 85s that you go for 25, 27, and 88s go for 80, it makes this reroll really good. But the reason why I like this reroll now is because it costs so cheap, and you still get back the 70s and the 74s and the 75s, 79s. If you combine them all, they go for about 1.5k on average, like split down the price. Of course, the 70s go for 1k, 75 pluses go for like 1.92k. So 1.5k is the average, making the pack cost basically, if you pull the worst card, 5k loss. So you basically have a 5k risk, and the 88s go for 80k, of course 72k after tax, making it you only have to pull an 88 one in every 13 or 14 packs just to break even. Now, of course, you're going to pull 82s, 85s, and it'll make it a little bit more. It pretty much makes the pack not really no risk because you still have to pull an 88, but man, 2 weeks ago you had to pull an 88, I'd say 1 in every 6 or 7 or 8 or like 10 packs, and it really was unrealistic. 1 in 13, 14, and even like 15 or 16, because you're going to pull 82s and 85s to make you have more leniency in terms of pulling an 88. It makes it a really good, almost non-risk, I'd say, reroll method. Now, of course, all reroll methods are risky. I mean, you can pull 3 88s and make a lot of coins. You can pull 0 88s and 20 and lose, let's say, 50k, but 1 in 14, 1 in 15k, 1 in 15 packs. I mean, if you've ever pulled these rerolls, you're probably going to get 1, and probably 1 in every 15. So it makes it almost a no risk. Now, I wouldn't say complete no risk, but it makes it almost no risk. Now, in the background, I'm going to show you like a 10k training reroll batch that I did the other day on my no money spent. Now, I make about 30 to 40k because I get the training a little bit cheaper at 85k for 90, but if the prices we're going for today, I'd make about 15 to 20k, and I only pull 188 in 10k, which is 41 packs, and I pull a couple 85s, 82s, so it makes it to where I still make a little bit of profit. But what you're going to do while the packs are going on in the background, what you're going to do with the 70 and the 75 to 79 cards, because this is part of the method and what makes it so good, is you're going to or what I'm doing right now is I'm putting them in the underclassmen campus hero sets. Now, if you take those, it takes 2 75s and 5 70s. So in total, if you were to sell those cards on the market, the 75s being like 1.6, 1.7k. So you get 1.5k back for each of those two, and then these 70s go for like 1.1, that being 1k. So the pack would cost you, or if you sold all those cards on the market, all, 7 cards, it'd be about 8k you'd get back in total coins. But the Campus Hero cards go for 8k as well, so you're basically just saving time. But we don't want to sell those Campus Heroes for 8k, so you'd only get 7.2k back, which kind of lessened the profit. So we're gonna hold on to those 80 Campus Heroes. It's gonna come up in next in number 2's ranking. Now you're gonna want to, like, it doesn't end the method there. You're gonna have to use them, but the 80 overall Campus Heroes, I don't want to spoil number 2 on the ranking. So just hold on to those 80 Campus Heroes. Well, don't hold on to them. You're gonna put them in this other set, but I'm not going to show you what set you put him in because it comes at a number 2. So now we're going to look at the overall stats of this 10k training reroll in terms of 41k packs open. If they go for 6.7 or 6.9k, 41 equals 280,000 coins spent. Now I pulled 188, 685s, 482s, and 30 70 to 79s in terms of coin wise. The 88 being 72k after tax. The 685s I sell for 26 to 27k. Do the math, it's 146k after tax. And then the 82s I was selling for 10k. For them, of course, 10k, that being 36k combined after tax. And then we're going to say the 70 to 79s are worth about 1.5k after tax, that being 40k for 30 of them. So in total, I think we get back 295k after spending 280k in tax. So that's 15k profit. Of course, I got trading for much cheaper, so I made about 30 to 40k, as well as you make a little bit, sorry, I hit my mic. You make a little bit extra in terms of where you put the 80 overall campus heroes, which will make the profit just a little bit more, make it a little less risky because you get some more coins back. But that's going to be number 3 on the rankings, the 240 point training ultimate kickoff reroll pack. Let's move on to number 2. Moving on to number 2 in the rankings, it's actually going to be a duo method, which is the get a player pack times the team builder method. Of course, you can do these separately, but combined they make that profit just a little bit better. The basic of the method or the start. Now, I'm not going to show you a bunch of get a player packs. I mean, they're pretty damn boring, but step 1, you're going to be opening up get a player packs. I recommend opening at least 50, probably to 100 at a time, being like 50k to 25k, all the way up to 100k worth of gap packs in like a batch. Now, you're going to sell all the power-ups or the golds that basically go into the team diamond sets that sell, either that be 70, 74, 75, 79s that go for 1.5k to 1.7. The 75 should sell for, try to get 2.5k for those players, as well as look out for any silver Raiders players, because for the team chemistry or the theme teams, the Raiders being the meta team for like the best theme team. So those Raider players, like I think there's a full, they're not fullback, but there's like, look for tight ends, D linemen, linebackers. They might go for 2 to 3k on the market. Now step 2 is turning basically the shit cards into coins. Now how are we going to do that? And that's going to be through a bunch of exchange sets. So that being 62 and 65s going into the 66 to 69 exchange, and then those 66 to 69s going into the 70 to 74 exchange sets. Now, of course, if you pull any power-ups, you're going to want to sell those. If you pull any golds in that 70 to 74 packs that go into the team builders that go for like 2,000 or more, you're going to want to sell those. Now, take the bad 70 to 74s that don't sell, that go for 1k, that being like ultimate kickoff players or cards that are free agents that don't go into the team diamond sets. There's a lot of 70 to 74 golds that don't go into the sets. You are going to be putting those in a exchange set that we talked about in the last method, the underclassmen campus hero set that we talked about as well in the, of course, the ultimate kickoff reroll. Now you might have a few 75 to 79s lying around from the gap pack, maybe you have some from the ultimate kickoff method, or maybe just lying around that don't go into team diamond sets that go for like 1.5k basically. You're going to want to put those as well into the underclassmen set, but if you don't have those, you're either going to want to buy them on the market. You can get them for 1.5k, like gold kickers, punters, just sort through positions. Ultimate kickoffs you can buy for 1.5k. You're going to want to put those because you only need 2 of them now. You only need 2 of them, so you don't need a lot, but you're going to want to put those in the underclassmen set. Another way to get the 75s is you could also put the 70 to 74s that are kind of bad if you have too many of them. Put them into a 75 to 79 exchange pack. You're going to want to go for those new team diamond power-ups. They go for quite a lot. And then, of course, you're going to get golds that go into the team diamond sets you're going to sell. And then you're going to get the leftover, I say, L cards that go for 1.5k that you're going to want to put in the underclassmen set. Now, the underclassmen set, of course, you're going to do, you get an 80 overall campus hero. It's kind of the same as you go to pick up. If you were to sell all those golds, the 7 cards, you'd get about 8k. You get an 8k elite. Now, of course, you're not going to want to sell that 8k elite. You're going to want to put that, and this is where the team builders tie into it, put that 80 overall campus hero ends up being 3 of them into the Campus Hero sets. Now, of course, 3 times 8 is 24k. Now, you can't just get 24k for those AK elites. There is tax. You're gonna be only basically you're putting 21.5k worth of coins into the team builder sets. Remember that. And then you need 3 75 to 79s the same way. Either have leftover 75 to 79s that only go for 1.5k, or buy some on the market. So that in total is going to be 3 times 1.5 is going to be 4.5, plus the 21.5k worth of Campus Hero 80 overalls you're putting into the set ends up being 26k for a team builder set. Now, what card do you want to choose? Well, either go on MuchEG and look up and try to find the highest overall or highest price team builder, or just go on the market, go through team builders and go team to team. And there are so many rare cards that go for 35k to 40k. Now, you don't want the 30k ones, but the 35k to 40k ones. I mean, if you get a 30k one, you just break even, which you just get all your coins basically back that you put into the gap, or that you're basically getting back from the gap pack. But we want to make that extra 5 to 10k to make the gap pack in the team builder method just a little bit more profitable. So you're going to want to get those 35k to 40k team builders and sell them on the market. Be patient with selling them. These sell really, really fast because they're needed for theme teams. I mean, people still use them for their teams. And then, of course, the team diamond sets, they're needed in every team diamond set, so they'll always have a market for them. They'll always be selling, so be patient with selling. Now, I'm going to put a recap, basically a screen that shows what you do with every single type of card you get in the gap pack. Now, I'm not going to talk over them because we just talked over them, and I don't want to make this method too long. So take a screenshot, maybe on your phone, take a picture, and just have this basically on your side when you're opening gap packs. You might forget, where do I put these cards? Take a screenshot, and you're going to be able to know where to put exactly into these cards. But yeah, 26k for the team builder set, and you should get back a 35k to 40k card with tax. It's an extra 5k plus minimum getting back for the gap pack. Of course, the gap pack is always a very slow process in terms of making coins. I would say if you're under 200k, really target this method, because the other methods take quite a lot of coins. This one is going to build you that foundation in terms of coins, but that's going to be number 2. Of course, you could always do just the gap pack themselves and just sell off the golds and sell off the power-ups, or you can just do the team builders. You can buy the cards separately. You can get them. They're not as cheap. You won't do for 26k. You'll do for like 28, 29k if you snipe the cards in the market. So you're going to make that profit. It's going to be a little less, but when you combine them, they make a great deal in terms of making coins. But that's going to be number 2. 2 methods really in one, but let's move on to number 1. And finally, to wrap up this video, and at the number 1 spot is going to be the former number 2 ranking recipient, and that is going to be investing. Now, I thought about not having investing on this video because it's not a method, but it is a coin making method. Technically, it's the best way, it's the most efficient way in terms of time spent to make coins. You pretty much do nothing, but I'm not going to go into complete detail of investing and like what my investments are, because I post a video every week. Market Monday videos are basically a 10-minute video going over my potential investments and what I'm buying for the upcoming week. It tells you beforehand. Each week on Monday, I drop a video if you want a complete detailed breakdown of what I am buying for the upcoming week in terms of investments. Now, the best investment, and the investment my friends and I have going this week basically, is the 87 team of the weeks we bought. Now, I know it's Wednesday. We were buying them on Tuesday for 45k or under, and as you can see, if you go on the market right now, they're currently already up to like 57 or 58k. I expect them to go up to 65k. Now, investments, you got to think of all the variables that go into investments. Why do we buy 87 team of the weeks at 45k? Well, one, if you buy for under 45k, it's a really good training, so they can't go much lower unless training drops. 2, we knew Josh Allen was the team of the week hero. Being one of the more popular team of the week heroes, he's going to hold his price pretty steady, maybe until Saturday. By the way, prediction, I think we get Mike Vick on Saturday. Don't quote me on that, though. But I think Josh Allen is going to be he's basically the best team of the week card we've gone in terms of sets. So I think 87s were only going to go up. And then also, we looked at the past 87 overalls in the last 2 weeks. They basically, first 2 weeks, you could buy them at 55k. They went up to 70k after 2 days. Last week, you could buy at 50k. They were up to 70k last week because of the team diamond sets. Another reason why the 87s are a good investment. They're needed for the team diamond sets for the 87, 88 overall part of that set. It makes the 87 overalls have a multitude of ways of why they would go up in price with really no reason they'd go down in price, because they're going to be pulled on Tuesday and Wednesday, not really throughout the week. So in terms of the volume of them being on the market later in the week is less, which makes it basically impossible for the cards to go down. The Josh Allen would have to tank to under, I'd say, like 280 or 300K for it to be, for the 87s to go down. So that's why it was such a good investment. And then another investment, I'm not going to go into too much detail, of course, is training. We always buy on Tuesday. Now we sell on either Wednesday or Thursday, because the wildcard Wednesday makes training go up. Tuesday being super cheap with the Team of the Week packs, as well as Saturday and Friday, but specifically Saturday because legend packs make training go down. And then you just sell off Sunday to Monday. Of course, you can't just buy training one day, sell it the next day. You can't buy 50K training, sell it the next day for 80K. You can't get liquid coins for that. But by using the ultimate kickoff reroll, maybe the heavyweight reroll potentially, that's how you turn a training investment into coins. Basically, for example, I bought training at 85K for an 89 yesterday, which was like 27,500. Now training is going for about 29 to 30 training per, so I got training at a 1.5 coin discount, and I'm pulling the heavyweight packs basically at a, instead of being 100K for a heavyweight pack, I'm pulling about like 95 to 90K, so I save a little bit coins in terms of that. That's how you profit off the trading investment. But I'm not going to go into complete detail. Watch the Market Monday videos each week. I post them about Monday evening, Monday night, so it gives you all the investments: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, buy day, sell day, maybe specific cards that we are buying. But that's why investments is number one. It's the most time efficient way. It took me 15 minutes to buy 15 87s for 45K or under, and then they just sit in your binder. And then whenever you have a price, whenever they go to a price that you're willing to sell for, I'm targeting 65K. I want to make about 15K per card. I think that's 300K profit. I'm hoping they're 65K. I'm going to try to sell before Thursday and maybe Friday when they announce the Legends, in case Vic gets announced Friday afternoon. So I'm probably going to try to sell Thursday night or Friday morning, in terms of, that's 2 days of basically, it's going to take me 5 minutes or 15 minutes to buy the cards, 5 minutes list. That's 20 minutes. I make 300K. Of course, it's a cliche saying, the more coins you have, the more coins you make. It's always like that in terms of investments in the real world, as well as Madden. If I would have bought 2 mil worth of these 87s, I would have made probably 500, 600K. I only invested, I think, 700, 800K. It's at 15 87s. I don't know the exact math, but that's why investing is number one. And I have a specific video each week that I want you guys to watch in terms of what we are investing in throughout the week. But that's going to wrap up the video. I know it's a long one. I wanted to go into detail. I don't like to rush these top ranking method videos, because they take a long time to make, and two, I want them to basically last. I know the ultimate kickoff reroll might come out of packs on Friday, but I want these videos to be able to, you can look back at them in a week or two and they still be useful. But that's going to wrap up this video. Subscribe, like, comment if you have any basically helpful suggestions, maybe for the Gap Pack, a new exchange comes out that will help the Gap Pack method, or you have any questions on the market in terms of investments, anything. But like the video if you enjoyed it, it helped you. Subscribe if you're new. No money spent videos every day. Market Mondays, of course, every Monday. And then one of these type of videos 1 or 2 times every 2 weeks, or once a week basically. But until next time, peace.